Alright, here I'm just going to perform a new effect that I'm working on. I'll show you the concept, the idea behind it. So I have a card selected, okay? So here's the card, okay? You're then going to just shuffle it into the pack, like so. Mix it up, okay? I'm going to remove some cards out of the pack. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. Now, what this does is it gives me an idea, narrow it down to try and find your card. So, show that is not the card, right? That's not it, not the 2 of spades. Show all these cards, okay? It's not the 6, it's not the 7, it's not the 8 of hearts, it's not the jack. So I showed all these cards, and we're going to give the cards a mix. Now if I was to mix them face down, that's not very good, but if I mix them so every other one was face up and face down, that would take a while to unmix, correct? So I'm going to do that now. I'll mix it up so every other one is face up and face down, just like that. So the King of Clubs, the 8, and 7, and stuff like so. So I want you to time me how long it takes to unmix the cards in this condition, face up, face down. Time me. Ready, set, go. Done. That was pretty fast, huh? Look. So all the cards unmix except for the selection. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is show you something else with this. I have the spectator hold out their hand and they put their hand on top. Okay. Then at this point in time, I mix the cards up, face up and face down. Okay. Mixing them face up and face down. Okay. So watch closely. I shuffle. And I snap my fingers, I vanish the card. See, your card is gone from there. There's no Queen of Diamonds. Then I'll have a second spectator hold out their hand. Okay, they're going to take all of these cards, and then I will show, like, some are facing backs to faces, face to face, and then some are backs to backs. So my job as a magician is to try and find it. So I snap my fingers, all the cards unmix with the exception of one card. Okay? And there's the selected card magically. And then over here, I show all these cards are now mixed up. Okay? So that's a little idea for you to play with. Hello. In this video, I'm going to show you my new triumph. I call it minor major triumph, and it's a really incredible routine. So I will make a performance video in another video, but in this one, this will be the explanation. And what you want to do, you want to start off, you want to have a card selected, okay, and then you want to control that to the bottom using convincing control. So for this example, we'll use the King of Clubs here. You're going to do a convincing control, which is to Hofstadter that underneath to the bottom. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to cut off about 8 cards from the bottom, holding a break, and then you could give the deck false cuts or false shuffles while it's on the bottom, and then get to this point. So you've got it right here. It's about 8 card block with a pinky break on it. And what you're going to do is you're going to say you're going to remove some cards. Then you remove their card first, like that. You just out jog it, you don't show it, and then you just do that with 8 cards. Okay, it's 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So you do that with 8 cards. Okay. Now, without showing them, you're going to remove those 8 cards. So what you have here is you have 8 cards with the selection, the King of Clubs on top. So what you're going to do is you're going to just count it down, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What that will do is reverse the card to the bottom. Okay, you're not going to show the cards at this time. Okay, this will be face down. You're going to say, if I mix up the cards face up and face down, how long do you think it would take to unmix it? You know, say that'll take a while. And what you're going to do is this is David Acer effect from an old Genie magazine, but I've combined several things throughout this, but this is part of it. So what you're going to do, so the selection is on bottom, unknown to the audience, right? You're going to take the first one, you're going to thumb it off. The second one, you're going to thumb and flip it over with the packet. As you say the 4 diamonds, you say, this is not your card, right? But we're going to mix the cards. Now as you do that, you're going to hold a pinky break on that 4 diamonds. As you come over, you're going to steal that to the bottom of the right hand packet, okay, directly below the selection. As you count off the face down card, okay, so that will be like that, okay, so it's Allan. Flip over the next, or thumb off the next one, flip that over. As you say, and that was not your card, we're going to mix this up. Hold a pinky break, repeat it, okay. Pressing your thumb on the left corner really hard like that, so you don't flash. You don't want it to come back because it's supposed to be here. You're still in this Ace of Diamonds underneath here. Okay, so repeating the action. As you say, we're going to mix up the cards, face up and face down, and then you're going to do that one more time. So you steal that off, and then you go like this. So what you should have is so let's back that up. Sorry, let's back that up. So you have 8 cards with the selection on bottom. You're going to count over 1, flip, okay, steal, and then flip, steal, and then flip. Now when you put this on top, when you do that one more time, okay, what's going to happen is you're going to have 3 face down cards, 4 face up, and then the selection after you're done with the sequence, okay? So we'll do that again. A little confusing because we have to make sure we're doing it right. Selection here, so you count 1, flip over, steal it off, count the next one, flip it over, steal it off, the next one, steal it off, next one, steal it off. So what you have here, it looks like it's a mess of all face up, face down, but in reality you're holding a pinky break on 4 face up cards, the selection face down on top. Now you're so you have 3 face down cards, 4 face up cards, and the selection. Now you're going to use the Louis Simonoff flippant move. As you snap your fingers, you're going to flip over that whole packet. So when done really quick, it just looks like nothing has happened because it's still face down, but you use your right hand for cover to do the flip it move. Okay, so we'll do that again, the flip it move. As you come here, your thumb is here, your pinky is here, the packet's going to flip over essentially like that, but you're going to do it real fast as you come over and block. Okay, what that will do is unmix all the cards except for the selection. So that's the first surprise. It's a little triumph, it's a packet triumph, it's a really beautiful effect. So that's David Acer, that's the first part. But now I take it several steps further. After I show the selection, what I'm going to do, the deck is on the left corner of the mat here, okay? After I show the selection, they think the trick is done, but there's more. As you close this up, you're going to get a pinky break underneath the selected face-up card, and then a ring finger break on the card right above it. So as you square up, what you're going to do is you're going to cant this out using the using the pinky and the ring finger here. So you have a double break. Pinky underneath the king of clubs, ring finger on the card above it. So as you're squaring up, you canted that over. Okay, angle jogged, canted it. Now, that was done under cover of the right hand, okay? As you're squaring up the packet, you're going to, as you square it up, they casually shows the hand empty. Then as the hand comes back, it's already here, so you're going to take that right directly into the palm. Now what happens is with your right first finger and middle finger, you're going to pinch that packet, and it's going to do the bottom palm. So as you take this, you tell them to hold out their hand. What you're doing is you're basically bottom palming this off, okay? So as you're putting the packet on the table, put their hand on top, okay? Now, you've got the king of clubs in this palm. They're not going to see anything because you've got the misdirection here. They're putting their hand on top. You're picking up the deck and you're adding this on to the deck as you square up the deck, okay? You're adding to the bottom. You've got this, okay? Now, what you're going to do, it's very simple. You're going to take half the deck. You're going to show the cards here so you can spread almost all the way through so you can see everything's face down. You're going to take half the deck, flip it over, face up into your right hand. You're going to count face up, then face down. You're counting in your mind. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't count it out loud. 5, 6, 7, 8. When you get to 8, you're going to stop, okay? So these are legitimately mixed here, okay? Now, you're going to take the packet here, and what you're going to do is as you set this down, you're going to do the turnover move, okay? The turnover move is basically, you're just going here, you're turning it over. What that does is it turns all the cards face up with the exception of the selection here. So then what you're going to do is you're going to shuffle these together, okay? Put a face up chunk on top, okay? Then what I do is I just give this a cut. That centers that card in the middle, the selection in the middle somewhere. You want it to be about in the middle. So that's secretly, just giving it a cut. As you put this on top, you're going to keep this down jog, okay? And you're going to hold a break. So you're holding a break on these actual mixed cards, of these 8 mixed cards. Then you're going to flip this over, okay, as you show cards not on the top, and you can show not on the bottom, okay? Now you're holding the break there on those 8 cards with your pinky, unknown to the audience. Now you're going to snap your fingers, you're going to turn these over, you're going to show the card has vanished. See, no more king of clubs. Now they're not really counting the cards at this point. There should be like 7, but there's actually 6, but you don't draw attention to the amount of cards. You just show that the card has vanished. They're king of clubs, okay? You then ask someone else to hold out their hand, okay? You're going to make a switch. This is a jinx switch, okay? You're going to switch this. This goes right on top, this packet, and then you're going to cross your hands. Okay, it looks like you're setting down the deck. What you've switched is a packet of all face down cards for your mix packet, okay? So it looks just like you still have that same packet where it vanished. Put that in their hands or on the table with their hand, being very careful not to let them see this condition. So you got to keep the cards square, okay? Either put their hand on top or in their hands, okay? So they would be in the spectator's hands. Now, what you're going to do at this point is you have this situation, okay? They should think this is a triumph situation. So what you do is you show some are face to face, okay? Then you double cut that packet. This is those 8 cards, and you cut right to the face to face. You show, look, some are face to face. Then you make a double cut as you show this. As you make the double cut, keep a break on that. Those 8 cards. What you're going to do is you're going to do the half pass, okay, as you're squaring up the deck. Now you're going to show back to back. You're going to cut to the one back to back place, okay, as you say, look, they're all mixed up, face up and face down. That's the only one place where they're back to back, okay, and the selection is actually there, but you're not going to show it. Then you're just going to snap your fingers. So you say, I have the mixed cards, you have the unmixed cards, but look, if I snap my fingers, all these cards are unmixed with the exception of your selection, okay? As you close this, you're going to palm that out. It's a side steal, okay? As they spread these cards, they're going to see they're all a mess. They spread on the table, okay? You tell them to fan them out. Now what you're doing as they're fanning it out, as they're looking at those cards that were just all face down are now mixed, what you're doing is you're side stealing this into your right hand, okay? That's the selection. Then you set down the deck, okay? You set down the deck, you're left with the selection face down in your hand. As you pick up this pile, you're going to add that on. So it's just done like this, okay? As your hand just scoops. So now what you're going to do is as soon as you scooped it up, you're going to make a pass with the one card to the bottom. It's just done as you squaring it up. You're just passing that card because that needs to be on the bottom. Okay. Alternatively, what you can do is you can show this. You can do a diagonal palm shift into your left hand. Okay, which is as you push this in, it kind of goes at an angle, and it's just like before where you steal this out. You're pinching with here so you can steal that out. And what you could do is it's a clean way to do it. As you scoop this up, you can load that right to the bottom. Okay, this is in the selection face down in your hand. So that's an alternative way. Probably do it that way so you don't have to do the pass. So then you can show these are all mixed up. They don't know that their card is on bottom. You're not going to show the bottom. You're just going to show, look, they're all messed up, all mixed up. They were unmixed a second ago. Now what you're going to do is you're going to as you count through them, you count one face down, okay, next one's face up, hold a pinky break. You basically kind of repeat the first sequence. You're going to steal off this face up card underneath the right hand packet as you count off a card, okay, as you're going through. Look, face up, face down, face up, face down, as you go through the whole thing, right? You're stealing. So now when you get to here, when you get to this last part, you're going to stop when you have 4 face down cards, 4 face up cards, and the selection. So here's the final thing. You do the repeat. You do the loose flippant move. You're going to flip this over because your thumb is acting as a fulcrum. You're going to flip it over as you snap. What that will do, okay, you want to be really careful about it. Your hand's going to cover here as you do the flippant move. Okay, you're going to drop, you're going to flip that over. So that's done very slowly, exposing it. Okay. When you do it quick, it'll just look like nothing but a snap. All the cards unmixed, and there's the selection. There's the finish of the trick. So I hope you like that. And that is the minor major triumph.